Welcome, Outlaw Pulling fans. It's Tuesday night, Outlawed live at 7 p.m. every Tuesday. My name is Ron Stone with my buddy Mike Idle. Mike, what's going on with your camera here, man? What's happening?
My camera? Is it backwards? What's going on? No, my camera should be good.
No, you're got some delay and you look fuzzy. You feeling all right?
I feel good. Let me check my settings. I don't know. No, it should be okay as far as I know.
Making robotic moves here. It looks robotic.
You know, I was thinking the lighting looks different, but yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm not here, let me see if we can fix our resolution or something on here, but
yeah.
No, it says we're on full def. You know, it's just
good deal. Good deal.
Hey, just that Missouri dial-up, you know.
Yeah, you got the old dial-up, huh? Yep, we're live, Outlawed Live. Big weekend coming up, Mike. Full pull on the turf, the Sooner Shootout, the Sooner Showdown, the biggest outdoor motorsports event ever in the state of Oklahoma, coming up this weekend.
The Sooner Shootout, I like that. Is that something that you and the Weger family have been working on behind the scenes, or is that a straight from the hip announcer call?
Just from the hip. You know, I'm always thinking of names for pullers.
I like that. That's got a good ring to it. So
if you wanted to change the name, that'd be a good one, I think.
The Sooner Shootout, yeah, that's a good one. We were pulling in Illinois this weekend. You were in Mound City, Missouri. Unfortunately, Mother Nature didn't cooperate with you guys. But over in Illinois, we had a battle of the super modified two-wheel drive trucks, and all of our entrants were from Missouri. So I kept trying to come up with good one-liners I said it's going to be a show me. Well, I didn't want to say shootout because that's the name of the Warrensburg pull. And I say it's a show me. Well, I didn't want to say showdown because, of course, that's the pull over there in Macon with its long-standing tradition. So I went the show me throwdown. It was a show me throwdown with our Missouri competitors over the weekend. So, yeah, you got to come up with some adaptive naming from the hip sometimes. But huge pull coming up this weekend. Boy, we were slated. Let's look at it this way, Ron Stone. We were slated to have 4 mega sessions with the Outlaws this past weekend. You had, a huge pull on tap. I was looking at the drivers that were coming over there to Mountain City, not only Outlaw diehards, but with the Pro Stock South region, you'd gain some new contestants there. We saw some old hard runners in the modified four-wheel drive. We saw some familiar faces. But, the rains, like the CCR songs, they just are a-coming down.
Yeah, and, the timing of the rain is what really stunk. And, the fact that they couldn't get the forecast straight. It literally was changing every 10 to 15 minutes. And, they said it was going to rain at 3 o'clock Friday, and that was it. Show was to start at 6. Well, it started at 3, but it just kept on raining. It stopped for a little bit, rained some more. Stopped long enough for us to rake the track and pack it and at least get one class in and start a couple others. We got the limited Pro Stocks in. We got 6 Pro Stock pickups in. I think we had 19 or 20 Pro Stock pickups signed up. And one light limited modified down the track before Mother Nature finally lowered the boom on us. And then Saturday night, of course, they were calling for rain late. So we thought, well, maybe we could start early. The promoter at Mound City, the fire department, said, yes, we'll start at 5. We pushed that on social media, announced to the crowd Friday that we'd start 5 Saturday. And once again, that forecast was changing all day Saturday. And it was deja vu. I seen it say that it was going to be raining at 3 and quitting before 4. And I was like, this is just like yesterday. Well, it started raining about 4:45, really started coming down to 5. And it never stopped from that point. I think it stopped for maybe 4 or 5 minutes that night. And it was a washout and we had 80 some hooks, I think.
And that's such a big, well-established pull, and it looked like the turnout was going to be there. It looked like what I was able to see, that a lot of honorable and ethical things were done by both the promoters and the fans. I heard that there was an announcement that said, if you're on the grounds already and you've already paid, that there will be a refund, which that's not something that I've been exposed to a lot in pulling. And then as the fans exited, I also heard that because the benefits of this go back to the Mound City Fire Department, that a lot of fans actually chose to donate their refund back to the fire department. So really good gestures on both sides. And it seems like for what it was, everyone had their mind in the right spot. And it seems like, we're anticipating good things next year. So that's kind of where we walk away with our first experience Outlaws at Mound City, Missouri.
Yeah, they put on that pool actually to raise money for the fire department and for the community up there. So yeah, a lot of people did donate, just went ahead and donated it back.
Yeah.
So which is pretty cool. They do things for the community. So they said we'll be back in next year and be ready for an even bigger show. So how was your weekend?
You know what? I want to talk about it for a second because I do want to say it depends on how you look at it, but it doesn't depend on how you look at it. I think it would be easy for someone to have followed the weekend that I had in Illinois on the app and look at it and say, well, goodness gracious, your numbers were really light. You didn't have a lot of, turnout at it. Here's what we did have. We had pound for pound some of the best vehicles in the Midwest competing. We had packed grandstands. We had fans that were electric and engaged. And we had top tier level pulling. Now, would we have liked our numbers to have been higher? Absolutely. But we talk about this constantly, Ron, even long before this weekend. I can remember a year ago, 2 years ago, people talk about what's the magic number for a length of pull? What's the magic number for, a number of vehicles going down the track? And I will say this, we had efficient shows and we had high horsepower with great tracks. And, we saw a lot of cool stuff happen. So were the numbers where we wanted them to be? You can look on the app and decide for yourself what you prefer a pull to look like. They were not mega numbers, but we saw great pulling going on. And I think if you go back and watch on Full Pull Live, that's exactly what you're going to see. We had fun with it, and it was a successful weekend. The mod class, really, if you get 5 to 10 outlaw mods hanging out together, you've got your money's worth in admission right there. I saw a V12 Allison, twin V12 Allison in the Top Gun grab a win. I don't remember the last time that I saw twin V12 Allisons get the better of turbines, Hemis, and Chevys all at the same time. It's been a while. We need to get a Dan Mayer on here, tell us the last time that twin Allisons came out victorious. And it wasn't, before anyone says anything, it wasn't like there were just 2 mods in that class. I think we had 8 mods hooked that night. So it was a true blue victory.
Let me see if I can pull some video here of some of the runs from over on that side of the river here.
Yeah, that.
Like I said, multi-stage turbochargers up here. Typically what they're going to run 2 turbochargers up top that's going to force air down into a bottom charger. That's a lot to spool and a lot to get going. Got to bring them all up here. Got to get it to light and get it right.
That was an awesome pass we saw right there, though. Ron, we talked about this earlier. You can hear me talking about the 2 top chargers feeding into the bottom charger with that 3-charger setup. Not the case on that truck. That is a single charger truck running the great big charger, something that we're seeing more and more of those super stock diesels to do. So
you gave yourself away. You didn't have to do that, Mike. You didn't have to
say
do
that
that
again.
Said you gave yourself away. You didn't have to do that.
You know what? I'm going to own up to it because it's out there and there's no point in trying to, someone's going to say it and I might as well just own that. But, some of them run multi-chargers, just not that one.
Yeah, a lot of those super stocks are trying the big singles.
I wonder, and I've said this, I wish I would have written it down. I've been saying this for about 2 years. So we're seeing the super stock diesel trucks realize that one big charger works better putting it to the ground in their setup than 3 or 4 chargers. At what point will somebody try that with a light super or a super stock diesel tractor? I gotta feel like that curiosity bug is going to bite someone, and I bet you we would see some really competitive results. Someone's going to grab a 6.5 charger, put it on a 540 cubic inch with 30.5s on the back. I think that would be a fun combination.
Yeah, it seems to work in the in that class where they can overpower a track pretty quickly with those super stock diesel trucks. So big charger, a lot of teams trying that out. Let's check out a couple more runs from over there in Rushville and Cambridge, Mike.
2-4.
Struck.
Having all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out too on the Fly You Fool tractor. That was actually piloted by Steve Hood on Saturday night in Cambridge, hometown promoter and promoter. And Steve picked up the win with that. So Steve had himself a career night, grabbing a first place finish in the Pro Stock division as well as a second place finish in the 7,400 pound modified class as well. And I have no idea what his history with Pro Stock tractors is. I don't know if he has ran them before and he's circling back to it, or if that might have been a debut for him. But either way, a first in a 10 Pro, a second in a 7,400 pound mod at the hometown track. He had to have been enjoying himself.
Yeah, it had to be fun. Had to be fun. Alan Olmer's feel like he wants to go to Colbert. He says it looks like it's going to be a great event. It sure does.
Come on down. There's no reason that,
Marty Samuelson, the de facto mayor of Ravenna, Nebraska. Whew. Always giving us a weather report up there. So some strong winds up there. Yeah, Alan, he's telling you the differences here between the big turbo and the
So he doesn't agree with me. So Alan does not think that the big single charger setup would give the multi-charger, smaller chargers a run for their money, kind of saying that the tires have something to do with it. But I just think it'd be neat to see.
There, Fred says Steve Hood had a 4-1. He had a limited Pro Stock in the past. So.
Okay. So that not entirely in new waters for
him. Alien to him to drive that 5.0 Pro Stock. So a little more power than what he was used to with the 4.1, but not too far off the mark. So very cool.
He's blown smoke before.
So of course the big event coming up this weekend, Mike. We all know what it is. It's full pull on the turf in Colbert, Oklahoma. Colbert, I don't think has ever seen the kind of excitement that's going to be coming this weekend. And we're going to talk to the promoter here in just a moment, Mike. So that's this weekend, June 26th and 27th, 7 o'clock each night in Colbert, Oklahoma. The largest motorsports event, outdoor motorsports event in the state of Oklahoma ever. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be part of history, there you go. So let's go to Colbert right now. Lacey and Diana Weger on site.
What's up?
How you all doing tonight?
Enjoying the rain.
It's raining?
Yeah, it just rained like about an inch just now.
Yeah.
A while ago. Yeah.
Well, we noticed you had the track covered up, but it looks like this is the only shot you're going to have for rain all week is today, right?
Yeah, we'll play in the mud for 2 days, and it looks like it'll be a dust storm the next 3 with the wind, the way the wind's going to blow now. But no, it'll dry it out quick. It'll dry it out pretty quick.
Yeah, I seen where they're actually calling for some windy conditions on Saturday. So, but we're used to that being out here in the plains. No worries. But we're excited about this thing, man. Every time I turn around, you're buying something at the store or something to add to give away. It's at the track. What's the newest thing you've picked up to give away?
We put all the bicycles together yesterday, so I don't.
That was fun, and our nephew said we will definitely be buying them on the shelf next time. That was definitely an assembly line put together.
It would
be put together next time instead of in 50 boxes. But
how many total bicycles? And tell the world what you're doing with these exactly. I've been talking it up all my friends up here.
You know, we got so much going on here over the next 3 days. It's going to be a full rodeo all the way around. So Ernie's Cafe, which is a local business down here in Colbert, Chris and Jennifer, they own it. And we was talking about wanting to do the bicycles like White Right Tractor Pool and Truck and Tractor Pool and White Right Texas always did. So they immediately come on board back in
the very beginning.
December.
Yeah. That was our very first post.
I think it was somewhere in there. Yeah, they just went ahead and bought the 50 bicycles, and we put them in our shop and the boxes and all that to give away. So we'll be handing tickets out to the kids after they get parked and they start coming through the entrance. I got some girls will be handing tickets out to them, and they can give their ticket to their mom and dad to keep up with whatever. And that's going to be part of your job there, announcing out all the tickets that we draw. And
so they're drawing for a bicycle.
Yes. We'll be drawing for them and giving
a chance for a draw, but they're automatically entered just by showing up.
Yes.
And then we're going to raffle off free of charge. Just, hey, you showed up, supported the pool. You're a kiddo. Here's your ticket. And then Ron and I will call out numbers and turn that ticket in, and you got yourself a brand new bicycle.
You get to go pick. There's about 4 different ones over there. There's a few for some girls, boys, different colors, and they get to go pick which one they want.
And then we have, I think, about 1,000 light sticks just for fun and a bunch of Hot Wheels. We have about 250 Frisbees that have full pull logo on them. What else?
I got shirts.
We have toddler.
I got one of those already.
Yeah.
I was a little jealous. Ron's had his since the first pull of the season, and I was wondering, man, he's got the inside hookup. Those are great.
I mean, VIPs get very special treatment, right? I'm kidding. You just got to tell me your size, man. And
I had to call and cry.
I'm not leaving Oklahoma without a couple T-shirts. I'm making sure that. What about the Hot Wheels cars? Are the kids in a drawing for those, or how does a kid get their hands on a Hot Wheels car?
Just handing out the first 250 kids that's coming through is going to just
somehow we may not do that in the car line just to not hold things up, but no matter what, we have a lot of people wanting to help, and maybe handing out Hot Wheels and things like that is the way to do it. And then we have somebody else that's been to the office multiple times this week to bring random giveaways. I mean, a little bit of everything. Random. Lots of things. And so I think Steve Sprague's going to set up a little table, and we may just allow him to find a way to give away some toys and little cars. And it might be a bucket of car detailing stuff. It's a little bit of everything. And so he's been by the shop a couple of times to bring donations, but I think he is going to have a little table. So hopefully we'll have some other little giveaways to do as well.
Is the community kind of rallying around this? Are folks in the community excited?
Yes, I was going to do another video coming up in the next 3 days. Like today I ran, to the bank for our business like normal, and small communities are really tight knit. And no matter where we go, I don't care if it's Walmart, the bank, the car show this weekend, everyone's talking about it, and everyone's excited, and everyone's asking us, are you ready for this weekend? Are you ready? We're ready. And, I don't think there's a lot of pulling people that I don't think realize there's a lot of these people that have never been to something like this. Mm-hmm. Yes, White Right, tractor pull people, the diehard people that went for years, absolutely. But other than that, there's a lot of our personal friends, family, community members that have never been to a tractor pull. So they're super excited. Some dirt track people are coming, and they're pumped. They're literally living and counting down the days till tractor pull day. So Yes,
Awesome.
it's the buzz around town, and everyone's talking about it.
Awesome. I love it when we talk about new fans showing up.
Mhm.
You know, I know we're going to put on a good show for them. I think it's Tuesday, and I think we're at about 75 hooks right now on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's good. That's good for Tuesday. Trust me.
All we
Yeah.
need now is, I mean, we have definitely a very full schedule the next 3 days. I wake up like, Lacey, hey, we got to, like, your brain is going 24/7, but now we need fans and pullers. I mean, like, that's what we need, fans and pullers.
Now, I
On a week
understand
like
you already have some people there on site, right?
Yeah, we do. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm bringing them in and parking them out here behind the new shop that we built down here. So yeah, Bullwhip, he want to make sure he's first in line down
And
here.
Lori and Kevin, we got to go eat with them last night.
Lori and Kevin showed up last night, so we actually I was going to put a video of him. They pulled in, we unloaded everything, and I took the sled to the wash pad. My guys cleaned that this morning. It's been in the shop. They've been waxing on it all day today.
We had a whole group. It was kind of funny. I went out there and I said, "Hey, so and so, have you ever seen this? Like, have you ever seen a sled?" And instantly out of his mouth, "I've seen the kind Santa drives, and that's all." Like, no, they haven't seen a sled, and they've never been to a tractor pull. So they're out there getting it all whistle clean.
There's
So on a week like this, with being promoters and promoting, you guys are shooting for the stars, and I love it. And the enthusiasm is infectious, and what you're doing is incredible. But you're also pullers. Does your personal pulling vehicle kind of fall to the back of the list
What
on a week
pulling
like
vehicle?
this?
Oh, I forgot.
It's still laying in the trailer out there. I hadn't even made it to that point yet. Mother Nature's kind of been throwing some curveballs at us, but we're gonna make it happen. So yeah, that's what I was laughing to the Light Limited Pro there. I asked Warren West tonight because he's been welding up the rakes for the skid steers, and we was putting him and my nephew was putting the spray tanks on the back of the blade so we could kind of miss the track behind us because if it's going to be that windy, and we have a lot of hooks, I want to keep a good track all night. That's my goal. So anyways, I asked him, I said, "You got your tractor about ready?" He's like, No, I'm hoping maybe tomorrow. And I said, "Yeah, I've been saying that all week myself." So, but, if surely I'll get to pull. If I don't, then at least I'm going to make sure we have a good show. I'm definitely going to do that. So, I know there's several of them I've seen that's popping up there. There is not a pull on Thursday night. So, we've had several. Everybody gets confused when we start posting. We got so much stuff going on. So, the only thing that is going on Thursday night, we're going to see how good Ron right here can pick a guitar and do a little singing.
Yeah,
there for all
we have
of
some
us.
people excited about that.
Starts at 8 p.m. and that's going to be free to anybody that wants to come to it. Bring your chairs and lawn chairs and bring you some drinks or whatever, because none of the vendors are going to be open. None of that there. So
maybe we'll have to sneak maybe we'll have to sneak a little firework and do a little little baby one.
no.
Well,
I'm not from the trailer. So have you seen the firework trailers? Have you seen that?
Mike, your connection is not good tonight, but
Have you seen the firework trailer, Mike?
I saw the post that you guys made. It looked like they were all in your shop where everything's ready to go. But so, on top of giving away Hot Wheels, giving away bikes, seeing 100, top-notch hooks going down, we're ending every night with fireworks shows as well, right?
You're ending with a 32-foot trailer loaded from one end to the other, nothing but 500-gram big firecrackers.
Fused together.
All fused together. So
We've been doing that for a long time.
It'll be since I'm only running one trailer each night, you'll have about a 20-minute kind of like a grand finale.
Wow.
And then the grand finale. Most people think the grand finale got started pretty quick, but you'll know when the actual grand finale hits at the end of my show.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And then,
it's a week before, but it's the 250th. I mean, we ought to be celebrating every weekend this year.
Right.
Yeah, it's we're going to run that one, and then we're going to take 4th of July off. So
you guys are going to have to go on vacation after this.
We're ready to go. Yeah,
we're going to
take a
watch
break.
somebody else shoot some firecrackers off. So no, as far as just to even get started, all the pullers and the people that's working the track, they're coming in on Thursday. So we're cooking 250 steaks with baked potatoes, salad, banana pudding for all the pullers and the workers that's coming in on Thursday night. And then Ron's going to play for them and the crowd that shows up,
And then
after
Lacey,
8.
in all, true Lacey
then-
fashion, we all eat really well. So he has
So
breakfast lined up.
I got a friend of mine out of New Mexico that cooks out there. I met him when we went elk hunting, Shane Brown. So he's going to be cooking breakfast for everybody like Friday morning. And then Friday, around 2, 3 o'clock, we're going to have fish and everything on Friday. Then Saturday will be breakfast. And then we're figuring out Saturday's menu also. So
You're gonna spoil us all.
yeah, you'll be definitely leaving a few pounds heavier than what you came in on.
So Ron and I are going to be traveling together, and I thought, I've got to be a good host. I've got to go fill up my camper. So I went to the grocery store and bought a bunch of chips and hot dogs and everything.
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
yeah. You can save
That'd be
them.
your midnight
You
snack.
can save them for the midnight snack.
Yeah.
But, hey, also you got to realize we have a ton of vendors that's going to be here, and I think the food prices are fair. I mean, most people that goes out, the restaurants are at least a decent restaurant. You got to realize. Don't pick the guys clean, because just like Ernie's Cafe, they donated the 50 bicycles, so try to at least support them. All these guys are our local friends, some of them's family that's in there, and I know the barbecue restaurants you're going to be super good.
An amazing Mexican trailer.
Whatever you
It's
do,
really good food.
make sure you hit the homemade ice cream trailer.
So good.
Which I'm going to go ahead and pull them in, and we'll have them Thursday night.
Sample it.
I'm going to skip the steaks and start on the ice cream trailer, because they was at my field day show. There's some ladies over east.
I think we might have cleaned
Detroit,
them out. I don't think they had anything left.
Yeah, but Detroit,
Peach
Texas,
ice cream,
and
like,
the peach ice cream is to die for.
I'm not really a big ice cream person, but it's so good.
Yeah. She asked me, she said,
homemade
what time are you going to start? I said, we're going to start serving at 6. But I said, can you please get there at 4 and have ice cream ready? Because we'll go ahead and get started on it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So she'll be
you're going to
there.
eat ice cream before the main dish? Is that what you're saying, Lacey?
Yeah, I'll just skip the main. I need steak later on. I'll do that another time. But we have like 4 snow cone stands that's going to be there. We got a bunch of like sassy straws, which is drinks. We got popcorn
special
stands,
lemonade,
kettle corn. We got places serving hamburgers, funnel cakes. Got barbecue places. We have
we have a large group of vendors we're excited about.
Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
And we went out. We went out and grabbed the best that wanted to that we knew that we like to eat at, and brought them in.
And Mike and I, we're just going to move in down there. It sounds
Yeah,
good.
We have a lot of room, and we'll put you to work.
The amount you guys have thrown at this and the buzz that it's generated from everything from your local community to the national scale, on social media and the pulling world, it's so infectious, and it's so, kind of, this is a breath of fresh air to pulling. Ron and I have been saying for a while, it feels like pulling is back to its glory days. It feels like it's moving in the direction that it needs to go. And this is both proof, but also carrying the mantle of that, people like you wanting to put on something like this. And it's just, this is going to be something that fans, you're going to want to say you were at the first one.
I think so.
So here's the deal.
I think so.
Now, Mike, you're going to have to help me on this.
Okay.
And then we're gonna override Ron and Kyle. We're gonna go ahead and override them before we even get started. I've said this for my boys has raced for years, and whenever somebody wins, they go off the track and they don't ever really know it. So when we get done with the class, we're taking the top 3. They're coming back through the center of the track, or they're going to come back through the track that they pulled on while they're reweighting the sleds. And we're going to present the winner with the Golden Boy Henry rifle with the logo.
That'll be first place.
That's first place. And then I made some case knives that has full pull on the turf for the case knives is second place. And then we got Yeti cups. And we'll see.
We picked those up today and sent those off to be
getting them
engraved.
done. So we're going to have to figure out how to work this around. You know what? It won't be but 9 times it's going to happen. And I know it's going to slow the show up just a little bit, but we'll parade the firework trailer out there a time or two, and they'll be glad to stay and wait for that.
Yeah, we're really excited to be able to give the pullers something that hopefully, you know, when they think back at our first event and just being there in general, when they look at their, you know, what they take home, they can always remember us.
Heck yeah.
To be memorable.
The inaugural full pull on the turf.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that at all. I love it. I mean, I think you have to have a presentation for those rifles. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you know, we always got to do it bigger and better next year. So, but we're learning a lot. Believe me, I think every puller should try to promote a pull. It might solve a few problems, and nobody would be griping quite as bad about each other probably.
What's Colbert known for? Is there any history there? Are there any big festivals? I mean, is this the biggest thing to hit Colbert, Oklahoma ever?
Don't blink, you might miss it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Colbert was really known for the ferry to get across the Red River to make it to Texas. I went to the school there my whole life, so I guess I was born in Texas at the hospital. 3 days later, drug home. And then I've been went to school at Colbert my whole life. So
Colbert's really small.
Colbert's small. It's always been special, I guess, to us, because it's our hometown. So we want to see things succeed and do good,
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Brent. He agrees.
Who's this?
That's what's
he's a puller and a promoter as well.
Yeah, he's a promoter. He's got the semi up there. What's the pool that he's at?
Bedford, Iowa.
Yeah, Bedford.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, that's where Larry found his buddy up there at the restaurant we went to. We didn't even know who he was, and he talked to Larry.
I very much remember. Yeah.
So yeah,
I did a little digging, and I felt confident to put it out there that this is the biggest outdoor motorsports event in the state.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest thing is even though it's local and stuff, a lot of them is not understanding. These are not the farm tractors coming out of the hill that's going to be going up and down the track. That's what kind of blew some of the guys that, we race with, when they showed up at White Rock down there, there was like, where have I been? How have I missed all this? And I live down the road from it,
We've had the opportunity to be in the dirt track world, really hardcore for 6 years. And now, pulling for, just a little bit that first year, I guess 2 years. And strangely, both sides of the spectrum, a lot of pullers don't know a lot about dirt track, and a lot of dirt track racers don't know about pulling. Right. Very few. And so we had some friends show up last year, and they were like, holy cow, what is this? How have I lived this long in my life and never knew this existed? Like, they were like just in shock. And so they've gone back and talked to other dirt track racers, and they're like, listen, we're not racing this weekend. We're going to the tractor pull. So we're bringing some new crowds. Awesome. And they're really excited. And then, we took the Pro Stock tractor to the car show this week. It was the only tractor in the car show. And a lot of people, I think, realized that there were definitely some people that had been on the Facebook page that said, oh, this is what we're going to. And, Lacey had a video playing of tractor pulling, and some were like, they had no clue. Like, oh, this is what you're doing.
You could definitely start the tractor and everybody
it would be an instant mob, and a lot of phones and a lot of videos and a lot of, oh my gosh, what is this? And, awesome. Even when it was just sitting there, people were like, what in the world is this? And so we had a really good turnout and a lot of interest and a lot of talking about what's to come. So that was a very good, just a little good idea for us to show them what was coming.
I love it.
If you're a motorsports fan, here's kind of what I was talking to some people in Illinois about. And I think, you guys are exactly right. So many people don't have a full understanding of what our sport is, the minute you see it,
Mm-hmm.
you realize that you have been starving for it your whole life, even though you've never heard of it. The minute you see it, you say, I have been starving for this and feed me more, and I had no idea that I needed it. But if you're a motorsports fan, you know, that's what was fun about showing these Illinois guys those modifieds that they'd never seen before, and they say, you know, oh, this is tractor pulling. But yeah, I think spreading into other sports as well and kind of bringing those fans in. Yeah, and you guys are going to be great with that because you come from the sprints and the circle track racing, and you have those connections. So to bridge that gap is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, they're very excited.
Mm-hmm.
There are people just when Lacey would do a small little preview and start it, and of course we would just hand out the flyers. I'm like, oh, they thought that's the show. You know, they were excited just to hear it run. Period, just to hear it run.
Yep.
And so just to be able to talk about who all is coming and how many classes and
So I got a question, Ron. Will Full Pull Live, since they're going to video, will they go ahead and video the fireworks show too at the end so they can all see that?
If it's right after, they probably will.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't see why not.
As soon as we get down with the last tractor, it's going to be going.
Yeah, I mean, we could tell them to, you know, to keep their eyes peeled for that and just hang loose. And, you know, we'll close out, you know, Mike and I will close out the show, and then we could just end it with fireworks. As soon as the big finale goes off, then they can shut it down. But
yeah.
I love it that you're attracting new fans, not only to your pull, but to the sport. You know, you talk about people said we had no idea. We've heard of tractor pulling, but we thought it was, you know, a bunch of old guys on their
people
Johnny
he went to
Poppers.
high school with. Yeah. People in this town. And we've had a lot of messages from people far away that don't know us. Like there's some people that messaging me like, listen, I haven't been to a tractor pull in 30 years. We're coming from, you know, hours away. We're bringing our whole family. Like, we're stoked. So, I mean, we've had a really good response just from, I think, the Facebook page. You know, we were able to, thankfully, just because we had so many people share it, we grew it from about 1,800-ish to over 5,000. And it's brought in a lot of people that, you know, that we could have never reached ourselves. So Facebook has been really good for that.
What arrangements should fans, especially those like you're talking about coming from a long ways away, be thinking about as far as lodging? Because I know this is something that's going to take off like wildfire. Camping, hotels, what's a fan's best bet, the best experience? All
Like,
this.
We have a lot of options.
Yeah, there's a lot of options here.
Close.
Riverview RV Park was just, I mean, they're like 7 miles down the road. You know, they're running a discount. They was one of our
sponsor,
titled sponsors on the deal. J&D Metal, and she also owns Riverview RV Park. Very nice place right down on the Red River.
You know, we have the casino. Choctaw Casino is massive. It has a lot of entertainment. It's 10 minutes from our place. And how many rooms were booked for that?
I think they booked about 70 rooms, but that blocking's
with
done
the discount
away.
code.
But,
so
you know,
a lot of people are staying there.
Just right across the Red River side, you know, 10 minutes on that side, you got the town of Denison, and there's a lot of hotels in there. And then 10 minutes north of us, you know, about north of the casino.
Durant has a lot of hotels. Denison, Sherman's about 20 minutes. You know, Denison's 10, 15 minutes with the Walmart, restaurants, multiple hotel options. Super easy to get to. And then we have some campers. We have some people coming to camp.
Yeah, I mean, you can dry camp, as like I told me. You can pull in, just take the whole weekend pass since you're going to be in the camper, get a bracelet, and you can go out and dry camp. I don't have no
behind our
shop. I can't do anything else past that.
So there are dry camping spots available on site, though.
Yeah, because I'm not charging for none of that. We're just going to put them out there. A lot of them is coming in with the pullers, you know, so they're going to, you know, like Ray Miller and Ginger, and you know, they're going to come up there. They don't have their 2-wheel drive. They sold it, but you know, they're coming. They're still part of the family, you know, so they're all coming in, and they're going to go out there with everybody else, you know, that they ran with for years, you know. They're the one that promoted the White Right truck and tractor pull for years, you know. So we definitely want them back in there with us on all this, you know.
Yep.
We want the support and all the help that we can get and advice to, you know, carry the tradition on.
Yep. Never turn down that advice. Never turn it down.
We'll take some constructive criticism. Just be nice. We've dealt with some negativity, but we've also had a tremendous amount of positive. Small towns also support each other. So, a lot of people that may have had something negative to say, there'll be 20 people to come and say, hey, you don't really know what's coming.
Well,
So we've had a tremendous amount of support like that. It's around locally, it's been nothing but positive.
I'm going to be the first one to say, you're taking a pull over and you raise the price up some on it, you're going to have some backlash. But, Ron, you can tell me right here too. I mean, we added another, 3 classes to the.
You added Pro Stock 4x4 and Light Limited Pro for sure. And those classes are going to be probably the 2 biggest classes, maybe. I mean, those numbers are really good.
The Pro 4x4s, I was laughing at Rat Trap the other day. I'm like, boy, you told me when you were going to show up, you were going to show up. They done had like 16, I think, already entered in. Yeah. Then we're adding, we're doing the fireworks show. We spent $20-something thousand on wholesale side on fireworks to put the shows on. We spent another $20-something thousand for the rifles, money for the case knives, and we put a lot of money into it. We're going to feed all the pullers and do all of it.
And you can't compare one event to another event. You just can't. One location to another location, regardless. I mean, we're ground zero. We've never had it here before. We had to go spend $83,000 just to rent some bleachers. We're ground zero, and so we're kind of shooting for the moon and the stars the first time to not let people down and to show our community what this is all about. So we want to go big or go home, and we also,
I think we're going to make a big splash in the pulling world here.
I do too. So we just have to be positive and just know that other locations may have more people pitching in. It's just one business here, me and Lacey, with a couple of, our team is tiny but mighty, that's been working on this, and it's taken a lot for several months. So, we tried this first time and then we go next year and say, hey, let's do this and this different, or let's add this or take this away, but you got to start somewhere.
We've had a lot of sponsors, that's, helped us out. ASCO Equipment become a title sponsor, the Riverview RV Park title sponsor, Maxwell with his sandblast and powder coating company, he's title sponsor. MHC Kenworth, title sponsor. First United Bank was sponsor. Parish Farm and Ranch, come in as a big sponsor. And then
Hoffman Sanitation has donated all the porta potties,
all the trash, the porta potties. Dolisi, did all the blocks for us. Curtis Stringfeld has done all my track deal. I mean, that's going to be what I think impressed more than anybody, because they done come out there, they shot everything. It's all been plugged into a little chip, and no matter what we do to the track, he plugs his chip back into it, and the track looks exactly the same a few passes later, with the all the precision leveling and grade work and all that. So
that's awesome.
Tell us how you built that track, didn't you? I mean, this is out on your turf, company. Did we roll the turf back? Did we import dirt? I want to hear. I know. I don't mean to interrupt your listeners.
So we ended up cutting. How you did this? I cut the grass off. The dirt. I kind of found some dirt that I thought would work really good over here whenever I was building this big shop in here behind the house. So we kind of saved that dirt to the side over there that I thought would do really good, because whenever we was laying it down to build the pad out here, it was really good dirt. So I ended up saving that over here. So we trucked it from in here behind my house over there, just dumped it out on the ground where we'd cut the grass off. I was shooting for, when we harvested grass, I wanted about a 30 to 40% coverage, to be back over the dirt, so nobody's having to walk on dirt, and they kind of, just have a fine line of grass on it. But Mother Nature kept raining, so we was a little bit behind on some of that. But when we get done, I guess we'll make the decision. Basically, it was all set up. They took the grade of the field, and when we got done, we were supposed to be able to go right straight back in there and just pick nothing but the dirt right back up, and we keep them moving. So I thought about the other day just leaving the dirt behind. We'll take everything else out, leave the dirt behind, so the irrigation systems can keep watered, and we might shoot this one more time and see how it goes.
How many loads of dirt Do you remember?
It's 100 and something. It's 2,700 yards.
A good 2 days of semis going back and forth behind our house, moving dirt.
Which is so interesting because you think about building a track and importing semis at an indoor show, but because of the way your facilities are, you essentially imported and built a track to an outdoor facility. So it's a purpose-built pulling track. So there's not much you guys haven't thought of at this point.
Well, we'll see how Friday night ends. How about that? I'm sure we'll make some mistakes. We as they all laugh at me, I have a lot of it thought out of my head, and then I don't ever tell anybody anything. They don't know how to, or what I'm thinking or what I want to do. But we've got it all kind of laid out and fix to start getting all the vendors parked in there, and we'll see how it goes.
When our son Braxton had done a lot of the drone footage in the very beginning, moving the dirt and all of the, all of the equipment to do all of that, there was a lot of people talking locally, business people were like, what are they building? And my sister was like, that's for the tractor pull. And they're like, no, they're doing all this. There's like trucks and dirt and all the equipment. And she said, yeah, it's for a 2-day tractor pull. I was like, holy cow, I had no idea. They were we were doing some big things over there, but it's for the tractor pull. So a lot of people have seen the efforts, and, especially the local people that drive by 91 and see the track, they're all excited. And so,
a lot of planning. You guys have. I know you're due for a vacation here after this, because I know you guys have put so much into this. What are you going to do after? What are you going to do on Sunday after the pull's over? Besides a big sign.
I figure we're going to have a pretty.
No,
good
we're not
mess to
doing
clean
anything
up.
that day. Nothing. We've already said we're taking a break. I don't know.
I'm going to put some pictures up here of some of the stuff you got going on down there. If I get my computer to work here. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. I'm producing
Well,
here.
one thing I do want to, you guys, I kind of cut you off right in the list of your sponsors. And I know, sponsors not only are super important because to run an event this size, you need all hands on deck, but also I love the way that you guys look at it and say, these are our people in our community. So are there any other sponsors that, you want to make sure you give a shout out, and businesses that while we're in Colbert, we can go out and patronize while we're at as well? So who do you need to continue to thank to make all this happen?
Oh
Man,
I guess first of all, my wife.
oh man.
Well done. Well done.
He just doesn't
'Cause
even know what he owes me
I
yet.
was kicking this down the road. I didn't want no part of it as we're driving home from a pool, and I think Ron called me over and said nobody will pick up the white right truck or tractor pull, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I got enough of headache in my life, and she's like, let's do it. I'm like, I don't know about all this, so let's shoot for 2027. When I will combine my big turf field day show with the tractor pull, and maybe I could get some more sponsorship help from them big companies, coming in there from all over the world, because we just done that in September, and it was a huge event for them and a great success, a big hit. So, since that went so well for them, maybe we can milk them, to the tractor pull and give people 2 for 1,
Entertainment for it as well.
During the day,
Right.
we'll have some big, huge turf shows, and then we'll have the tractor pulls at night, and it's, entertainment both directions on it, to make it an all day type event, or offer more than what we're just doing. So, she wanted to jump in this head over heels, and it's definitely been an armful. So there's you 2 32-foot trailers loaded plumb out with fire.
I want everyone to stop, because if you're scrolling on your phone, you're going to make the mistake that I made about an hour ago when we were getting ready for baseball games. You're zoomed so far away. At first glance, you think that these are
Tables.
like card tables.
No,
Like,
that's,
like
that's a far away video, far away picture.
No, them are gooseneck trailers loaded out.
Wow.
And the ones on the left, that's going to be parachutes. So right about the national anthem, we're going to be lighting a bunch of parachutes that little kids going to be picking up little parachutes, and army men everywhere going to be coming falling out of the sky. So
Now that's just Saturday night, or is that Friday and Saturday? You're doing
that's
fire?
Friday and Saturday. What's
Okay.
the use of doing it for one night? We got to do it for both. Same way with the rifles there.
So we're excited
giving
and
the
hope our
rifles away
Friday
both nights.
people have a huge, response and give us some videos and pictures, shout outs, so that we'll have even bigger night Saturday.
On that sponsor like that there was Justin Barrett with Barrett Outdoors up here. I bought all the rifles from him. He made us a deal on buying all the rifles, and he'll actually be there Thursday night. So he was another one that, helped us sponsor by doing all this for us here. And then, we got a trucking company up here, State Line. The parts side of the building is State Line. The trucking company is Transco.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up, they're a sponsor on it. James Hodge with Automotive Group out of like McAllister and Idabel and all, Broken Bow, Idabel, and McAllister, Muskogee. They're a big sponsor with us too, which he sponsors anything. He's a local Colbert boy too. He don't live here. He lives up by Tulsa now, but he sponsors everything down here with a lot of the people too. We've got so many of them there, to just run through. I mean, like local people, like the tire shop down there, Bowl Station. If anybody comes in there and they have tire troubles on the semis or anything like that, they will take care of you instantly. They do everybody's, all the farmers around here. They do all of my tires, semis, everything. There's nothing they can't do. So, and I'm sure I'm missing a few, and I feel bad for missing some. I need a list in front of me to
That's
go.
always the trickiest question that an announcer will ask a promoter or a puller is, who do you need to thank right in the heat of battle? Because, invariably there's somebody
that's going to be huge, then made such a difference, and that you'll forget. So we didn't have our list in front of us.
Well, Page Doors, they give to us, the one that did our garage, that does all of our garage doors. They're big. They'll have a lot of their workers and stuff will be here to help us. So off. Yeah, I was texting off from Petroleum. Where we buy our diesel fuel, they come on board with us too. So we've had a lot, and I feel like after this year, you'll see a lot more come on when they actually see what we're going to do and what we're going to put back into it. I think it'll be huge.
Great, Lotta.
There's a pretty important sponsor we want to mention.
Yeah. Yes.
As well, so
We try to do it top notch, so we'll wait and get some feedback, and y'all can tell us what we can do different to make it better.
Well, I think you guys have done a tremendous job, honestly. And you just keep adding to it and thinking outside the box, and that's what it takes. I mean, why do it the same old way? You use the stuff that works, but why not add to it? And
more than anything, I hope a lot of them, they do videos. The people that's coming to support us, I hope they put a lot of videos and post it out there, and even some of them that's give us a little backlash at, the $40 tickets, for a husband and wife and the kids, $100, and it's priced them out. I mean, I understand, I get it, but nobody's cut us any slack to we're just trying to, as most people think, we're going to succeed at this. I'm going to do good if we even get close to succeeding at breaking even.
Yeah.
I mean, so you don't know what we've spent with the Outlaws just to get them here, what we spent in bleachers and everything else. So,
I've been on the promoter side of things. People just a lot of people don't understand how much work it is and the stress that it is.
And it's that's just kind of like the cooler situation. We pitched it out there. We didn't care to bring coolers, but when I went out and got our beer license and all that, I didn't understand. This was our first go around on it. I didn't understand that shut a bunch of that down too. With the Abel's commission, we couldn't allow outside, coolers and drinks coming in. I don't have enough of manpower to try to check everything. That brought, when we got our beer license, that brought in security. Now we're having to pay security guards and everybody else to be here.
But compared to a lot of entertainment places that you go to, whether it be concert, whatever, our prices, I think, are very, as far as vendors and
it's not going to be a 2-hour show. That's the problem. I mean,
it's it's a whole evening of fun.
You get there at 4:00. I'm not charging you to park. And then you can save your seats, do whatever you want to do, and then go to the pit area. We race. I mean, we go to the pits. We pay the $35 and the $40 and the $45 pit passes, we go into
and
the
dirt
pit
track,
areas.
guys,
In the dirt track world, that's normal.
Six
I mean,
years.
That's where it's at.
I mean, 2 years ago, we did 120 races.
And y'all know as well as I do, all the pullers will be happy to talk to them and take pictures with them, and they get to go see all of that. They're going to get a 3.5 to 4 hour pool, then fireworks show and a live band at the end of it. I mean, they're fixing to get 6 to 7 hours worth of entertainment. Yeah. And this ain't going to be a slow row entertainment neither. This is going to be 2 tracks back and forth, the fireworks show. And we tried to throw some stuff in there, like the garden tractor situation, and the band on Thursday night. We tried to give some entertainment for free. That's included. So the band on Thursday night's free. You can go to that. The garden tractor on Saturday, that'll be. They was asking me today, like, how long are you gonna give us for you push us off the track? They done got so many people coming. They're talking like they're running from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And I'm like, you got to be done by 3 so I can have the track ready for the next, for that Saturday night. So there will be 50 or 60 hooks in the garden side, and that's all free. That's all part of their deal. We tried to include everybody in the situation, and go, but we can't make everybody happy.
Talk logistics here, Lacey, about the pool. So gates open on Friday at 4?
4:30.
4:30. And Saturday as well?
Saturday as well as 4:30, yes.
Okay, so the show starts at 7 or 6?
7.
7 each night. So gates open at 4:30. Green flags fly at 7. Now on Saturday with the garden tractor pool, which you talked about, you said there's a lot of them coming. So you're going to clear them out, about 3:30 and clear the grounds, and then
we got to clear them out. Then they can just turn right back around and pay and come right back in.
So is there an entry fee to come in and watch the garden tractors on Saturday?
No, garden tractors are free. That's okay. That was just something there that I told them I'd rework the track for them, and I would. It gave them an area to pool at, and everything. So no, that's to come and watch the garden tractors. You're going to come in, park out in the fields, just like the normal parking, and you can come and watch and do all of that. That's all part of their show, and they wasn't charging for it because I didn't, So I'm letting them run off of our track and our equipment and all that for free.
So as a spectator, I could go in there on Saturday, watch a garden tractor pool for free. Pay $40 to get in, watch the pool, the biggest outdoor motorsports event in Oklahoma history. Watch one of the bigger fireworks displays of the year on Friday or Saturday night as well. Watch a country band play music till they shut us down.
Yep.
And get to hang out with some of the coolest people in the country. I mean, that sounds like pretty cheap price to me.
Pretty cool deal.
Here's how I want to put it in perspective, and people need to think about this. To Ron's point, this is professional level entertainment, and you're in Oklahoma, so you're in big football country. So I don't know, are you guys Oklahoma fans, Oklahoma State fans, Texas fans? I don't know where your allegiances lie, but I know what it costs to go to a Mizzou game, and we're not in the same league as Oklahoma or Texas, any of those guys. And you're looking at double that. You're looking at $80 just to get in the stadium to watch Mizzou Tigers play Central Arkansas Pine Bluff Regional, and still lose after 2.5 hours. So I know that it's worth it. People will pay this. You'll pay $80. You'll pay $100. Shoot, if Ron and I wanted to go watch the Chiefs play this year, we'd be $200.
I was going to go there. It cost about as much to go to this tractor pool as it costs just to park your car at Arrowhead.
Right. Yeah. You pay. Well, and I think that's what we were talking about here is you guys as competitors would pay $35 or $40 just in pit parking and then go do that 120 times a year. Fans, I know if you're thinking of pulling and you're thinking, oh, these are Johnny Poppers, first of all, they're not. And we're not trying to say that times aren't tough for families out there. We get it. You're working hard, and we know that what you do with your dollar matters, but you're not going to find a better bang for your buck than coming to Colbert, Oklahoma. Look at it like a festival. Look at it like an event. Come and check the whole thing out. $40 is you're getting a lot for your money, and your kids might go home with a bicycle. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're going to shoot some T-shirts in the crowd as well.
We just had our little, I don't know, each one of the cities do different things. You know, there's a little festival up here, and I call them the carny rides in here. You know, it's $35 for a wristband to go ride rides for a couple hours. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you definitely.
And I promise you, your drinks will definitely be cheaper here than there.
Yeah,
so
$17 lemonade.
Right.
Johnny Anstein commenting. He said it's entertainment. It should cost to come and watch. No different than a concert. I agree, and it's marketing 101. I mean, you price your product for what you think it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think it's worth, $40, $50, then you price it at that. So you don't devalue it by making it cheaper. So
right.
Well, and here's the deal. Here's the deal too.
You added a lot of stuff for your money at this.
I hope we can break even. I hope we can make I hope we make something off of it, because I've worked my secretaries. I've worked.
We've also we're paying employees every day on this.
Yeah, I mean that's like today. There was 8 of them out there today because the storms that come through yesterday. We're out there trying to pick all the crowdberry, the fence, everything, picking it all back up, and it's all back. That storm had hit today. It's all back on the ground again.
Our whole team has been working on this and helping.
They're going to have to try to get the water drained off the field in the morning. We're going to go out and try to get everything off with leaf blowers and blow any mud holes or whatever, try to disperse it and scatter it out. There's so much hidden cost that I call it nickel and diamond that is that's going to eat you alive. Or it's done eat us alive. I mean, I have a running tally there that's a spreadsheet that my secretaries put it up, and you're more than welcome to look at it. I think it was up to 290 something thousand, and I still haven't paid. I still haven't paid you, Ron. I still ain't paid the media person coming in to do all the stuff out of San Antonio. I still ain't paid for all the steaks that we're cooking, on that. I mean, it's going to be way on up every time I'm said and done, and
but
that's
hope
fine.
We're surprised by the number
of people. I want to do it
of
for everybody, and I want to, I want to start something here that before it dies. I mean, because I'm sorry, the way I seen it, unless somebody bought the White Right Arena out, which Cody Lee called me on the deal. I think it's like $3.2 million for it. And I'm like, no, I'll build my own for half that, and I'll build it on my own place there, but unless somebody was going to pick that up, it was gone. I mean, y'all, it's obviously that Outlaws didn't have nobody else jumping up and down for it or going to, spend the money and write the check for it. I'm just blessed that me and my wife could do that and try to host the event for everybody.
For Bryan County.
Some days after 14, 16 hours of working or 18 hours, because a truck driver called me at 2:00 in the morning. We got a truck problem, this and that. By the time I make it home at 9, 10 o'clock at night,
we've been midnight days in a row now.
As short as some of them firecrackers I got down there on that trailer.
Really. But this area, in order for our friends and family, Lacey's parents are in their 80s. They're not going to be able to go to the pools. We, as Oklahoma poolers, we drive 10 to 15 hours for every pool. You know what I mean? That's every time we go. We're used to that. I don't know what it's going to be like to wake up, drink my coffee, and go across the road. I'm just telling you, I'm stoked about that. But for our own employees that have never been, to our friends and family, there's a lot of people here. If this wasn't here, they may never travel to see a tractor pull.
Right.
We do have a small group. We have some people from church and Julie and Tim from our office. We've had a few people travel to see us, whether it be, Missouri, wherever they go, Rock Valley. But there's, that's a handful. There's a lot of people here that this will be all that they get to see,
Couple questions for you. Did you talk to Preston this week, Lacey?
No, I'm not. He didn't call me.
Okay.
But
and Richie Shaper was curious about ice. Will there be ice available?
We ordered these really nice coolers.
I will figure it
out. They
out.
didn't come in time.
Well, I will figure it out. I got fire ants eating me up. Y'all fix to find out what fire ants are down here.
And humidity.
Hey, don't park me in. Don't park me in. Where
That's why I keep
fire
whenever
ants
you squirming like you got ants in your pants.
I think he might have real ones. Yeah.
Right before I come in here, I was working on my pool pumps and everything, and I realized I had fire ants all over me, and they've been stinging me the last 3 minutes. Y'all gonna figure out what that is from up north.
I've had my share of them. I got some at Lufkin and
so I will probably have ice on site. I bought a big, huge ice, like one of the double door stores. It's completely full. I have an ice machine also. The problem is we're going to be going through a lot of it, but as long as I'm not going to be hammered on a lot, and if I am, we'll call because the beer tent's going to take a lot of ice for that situation. But if we are, we'll call an ice company. We'll just get them to bring in a delivered truck, load of ice there for everybody. So yeah, we'll make sure it happens for you, buddy.
Okay.
Because all the pullers are going to need ice. Just like every place that we go. That's why I bought that machine. I started filling it up, and we're filling everything else up. But if we run out or get too low or something, then I'll go pick some more up.
All right. Preston said he tried to call you.
Did it show up spam or something? Was he trying to sell me car insurance or Medicaid or something like that?
No, he just said it. He said I tried. He even sent me his call log. He said I tried to call him. At 322, tried to call you.
Tell him to shoot me a text message right quick with his number, and I'll call him.
I think he's watching right now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I'll call you. I ain't gonna lie to you. We've been hammered on the text message or on the messengers, and that's the deal.
Really bad.
We had to swap into the full pool on the turf.
And we just answer questions.
She starts answering and I start answering, then I had to go back to my regular messages, back on the other side. So we're bouncing back and forth. And some days my fuse got short, so I don't answer it the way she likes.
I'm like, that looks like me answering it. Don't answer it that way. I would have answered it nicer with an emoji, and you're not. So, anybody? I thought, I didn't answer half of that. That was Lacey.
Okay.
Full Party HQ checking in. You're going to miss the party this weekend, buddy, if you don't come to Colbert, Oklahoma.
Yeah, we need the coolers.
All right,
we
guys.
show these people that we've talked up. We gotta show these people that you're the real deal.
All right, guys. We are looking forward to it. Everybody out there that's coming, hey, when you see these videos and these promos for this event and any outlaw event, don't just like them, share them.
Absolutely.
Share them. Like we would need people to know about them. One thing it irks you is after an event, you hear somebody say, "Well, I didn't even know that was going on."
I know. That's so
we spent like 30
something. What tractor puller? Like
30-something thousand in radio commercials, and it's all over Facebook. It's all over everything that we got going on, and people have been sharing it. Our family, friends,
flyers all over the community,
and then they still look at you. I ain't heard nothing about that. What rock have you crawled out from underneath? That was the best part. Like Jason said that today. He's like,
if you've been living under a rock,
what rock have you been living under? Because that's the way we feel. Like, well, did our $30,000 in radio ads do anything? And that was an experience for me there. I took a couple title sponsors and I said, man, I'm gonna go buy some radio ads. Didn't realize radio ads like $1 a second. They thinking I'm in the wrong business here, I think.
All right. Now, directions to get there. The app, Lori said this morning that there's an easier way once you get there to turn on exit 2.
So all the pullers that's coming in, you need to come down Highway 75 to exit 2 or come up from Texas or either way to exit 2 on Highway 91 and shoot all the way out there to us. You'll go back into the little town of Colbert and go through. The reason is if they exit off up by the Love's truck stop and try to come down through town, that's a no truck route. That's the old highway. And I'm trying to keep the trucks off of that. And then if they try to exit off on the back road over here on Chickasaw, a lot of the Google Maps are going to, it's a closer route, so they're going to send them to. That's a no truck road.
Maybe we
also.
need to do a post about this
So
tomorrow.
Kyle put it out there.
Okay.
So everybody needs to run to exit 2, come back into the town of Colbert, and come to us that direction.
Exit 2 off of 91.
Yeah. If you're running semis, if you're coming where the pullers are coming in on the semis, you definitely need to do that. Now, other than that, just follow your Google Maps. Sometimes we pull it up at 8686 State Road 91. Sometimes it pulls up 70
Oklahoma
75A. It pulls up, if they're playing on just regular maps, it might pull up at just 75A. But when you pull it up, go to the satellite image, it's big, huge red barns. You can't miss them. I mean, they're
and a big top-notch sign.
Yeah, there's a big LED sign there, big, huge grain bins. It's all right there next to the road. And then start following the signs. We have a bunch of big triangle signs that I'm setting up, like road construction signs. We got all them out today, kind of directing the spectators where they need to go, showing them where they're turning off of the road. We'll set them across the road or whatever by the stop sign, show them which direction they need to go.
All righty. Well, Mikey and I will be there late tomorrow night, probably after midnight. So we'll probably still be leaf blowing the track off.
Well, actually, we're believe it or not, if you think we weren't busy enough, we're feeding 300 ag teachers tomorrow at our shop. So we're going to do that. We're doing that first.
We had a field day. I think it was the surrounding 7 states or whatever.
Oh my God!
They all signed up, and we
didn't know it was June 24th, but we're powering through.
So
awesome. Well, there's going to be a lot of rigs and a lot of folks descended on Colbert, Oklahoma. Guys, thank you so much for having this event. We're going to keep pushing the heck out of it. We want to see the stands full down there this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. We're definitely going to work Mikey to death. I can done tell you that. He better be ready.
He's looking forward to it. He's a wiry guy. He likes it.
Good.
He likes a challenge.
We'll keep him a lot of Red Bulls to keep him wired up all night.
I don't know if he needs any Red Bull. He gets pretty excited.
We are good to go. Don't you worry. I've never been to Oklahoma. I've never been to Texas. I'm going to knock both those off my list. So this is a bucket list item for me already. This is going to be incredible. No.
Awesome. Dick Blacksport checking in. Thanks, Dick. He'll be watching this weekend as well. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Diana and Lacey Weger, promoters at Full Pull on the Turf, inaugural event this weekend, largest outdoor motorsports event in Oklahoma history, folks. Check them out at Full Pull on the Turf on Facebook. Tickets are $40 a night. 9 classes of Outlaw Championship pulling, live country music both nights, a huge fireworks show, garden tractor pulls on Saturday afternoon, free giveaways. You guys will probably come up with some more stuff to give away.
Lone Jack. Don't forget about Lone Jack. Hanging out with the fans after the pull.
Yep. Make sure the kids 6 and under is free. 7 to 15 is $20. And then 16 and up is the $40 tickets.
Awesome. Guys, thanks so much for coming on. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
you.
Be safe out there. Thank you.
You guys.
Man, I'm even more excited than I was before, Mike, and I was pretty excited.
I completely agree. Ron, I knew this was a big pull, but I kind of thought this is a big outlaw pull in the sense of this is one of the bigger pulls that we're going to have number-wise on the year. This is a big pull in the terms of what they are presenting to the world here. And the amount of enthusiasm and the amount those two care about fans of all ages, bicycles, Hot Wheels cars, bands, vendors. I mean, it's top-notch turf, and I see why they call it that way, because this is a family who doesn't like anything other than the premier quality out there. But you can just tell they want the fans to have the best possible experience that they've had.
It sounds like the community is rallying around this and is pretty excited too.
Yeah.
So,
and I thought Diane had a good point too. We take for granted the fact, we live up here, Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska. There's a pull everywhere. But you get down there, and I was talking to Whitey Zyjek at Ravenna about this, and in Texas and in Oklahoma, it's not nearly as prevalent. So for a lot of these fans, this is going to be their only chance to see a professional level pull. Why not give them the best experience they can have? So, no, I'm going. I've already made arrangements. Cameron Neves told me that we're going to track down a pickup truck and we're going to cross the river. So I'm checking off.
Oh, so you can say you've been in Texas, huh?
100%. We're not, Ron, I don't care if we have to take a detour with the motorhome. You know, we're not going to be 7 minutes from Texas, and I've never been to Texas, so we're going to make that happen. You
got to get the sticker while you're down there too. I'm always looking for the T-shirt, but I found that sticker and put it on my Frosted Frog.
Oh, man. Yes, exactly. That is precisely what a guy needs right there.
So,
you know, you're missing. I find it ironic. So I inherited your old motorhome, which we're going to be taking down together, and you've got your map on the side of it. And to the unknowing eye, it says you've never been to Nebraska. You've got all these stickers on there.
That's not my map. That was the previous owner.
We took one look at that and thought, well, Ron Stone, you spend half your summer in the state of Nebraska. How have you not picked up a Nebraska sticker yet?
No, that's not mine. No, that was already on there. So,
but
all right, folks. This weekend, huge event, full pull on the turf. It'll be great for pullers and spectators. It is going to be a show. Pullers are pulling for points. Also, a lot of classes pulling for the Organic Summer Sweep. There in Colbert as well. I had some notes on that. Let's see. What did I put down here? Let's see. Seven of the 9 classes. Not only pulling for Outlaw points, they're also pulling for Organic Summer Sweep points down there. Critical points for that series. Man, this is really cool. This is cool. I'm excited for them. A little nervous for them too, you know, but I'm super excited and I feel good about it. I think it's going to be an overwhelming response. I think you're going to get people from Texas and Oklahoma pouring through those gates down there for the shows this weekend. So.
Right. I just think, fans, and I'm just going to encourage them right here. Fans, if you're thinking about it, and I know our audience, we have a regional audience that stretches a lot of our fans in Nebraska, South Dakota, Missouri. If you're thinking about it, why not? You know, Ron, I'm sure you've done that a couple times in your life, had that pull that's way out there, but you said, you know what, I'm going to go for it. This is one I really think you guys should go for. I don't feel like that this is an announcer's oversell. I've got accused of that lately, kind of doing the announcer over talk things. And this one, I really think that we can shoot you pretty straight with. This one is a pull I think it's worth going to. So whether you're in Oklahoma or Texas, like Ron says, but if you're in Southwest Missouri, Southern Kansas, you know, give this one a shot. The hotel, it sounds like they got ample lodging, though I thought that was a great sign to hear that they had the whole block of rooms set aside at the casino. That's already, all 70. That's already filled up. So that's what you want to hear from our side of things. But, you know, folks, if you're thinking about it, go check it out. I mean, absolutely. America's 250th birthday, and you're going to see a fireworks show that you'd pay $100 to see the next weekend. You know, why not go ahead and watch a pull while you're at it as well? Yep.
I'm excited, Mike. We're so excited. Cool. We went 20 minutes over tonight. And that's all right. Mikey, get you some sleep tonight. We got a long day tomorrow, buddy.
You're taking the keys out of Kansas.
Well,
I've already got first shift. See, I got to get that motorhome down to Kansas. So first shift's already done, and then you're wheeling and dealing from there. So.
Gotcha.
No, it's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. All right. Thanks, everyone, so much for watching. If you can't be in Colbert, Oklahoma this weekend, make sure you watch on Full Pull Live, the official live streaming channel of the Outlaws. Mike, thank you, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. And all of you going to Colbert, we'll see you this weekend. Safe travels, and thanks for watching Outlawed Live.
Jerseyville Truck Repair, a family-owned and operated company, has ASE Master Certified mechanics with over 30 years of experience. Jerseyville Truck Repair offers all-in-one repair and maintenance services for commercial, semi-trucks, and 18-wheelers, also committed to quality service and providing you with a safe, reliable, and dependable vehicle. Check them out at JerseyvilleTruckRepair.com. Not only fleet services and over-the-road trucks, but competition trucks as well, engine building to boot there at the Jerseyville Truck Repair Shop, and semi-truck pulling trucks. They work on those as well. So here comes Richard Darr, one bad binder. Nice pull for Richard Darr. Was it enough? .24, the mark to beat. Here comes Stumper. Good run for Murray Thornton, hitting the rev limiter right there at the end.
Like I said, both ice-age turbochargers up here, typically what they're going to run, they're going to run 2 turbochargers up top that's going to force air down into a bottom charger. That's a lot to spool and a lot to get going. Got to bring